Hey, welcome back to By the People. We have a 2x RP event or refining a point event going on right now. And I want to clear up a little question that I keep seeing out there, and I've had some questions on this myself. But different posts have this question. It's about the artifact weapons. What's the best way to refine an artifact weapon? You may or may not know that regular artifact items in your belt, you can use other artifacts to increase the rate at which the refining that goes into those multiplies. So rather than 2 times refining, you get a 4 times multiplier out of it. Now the question is, does the same thing happen with the weapons that you have? Weapons would be here, these items here, and like this and this. Now they take resonance stones to increase. You can also use blue items to increase them. Really the main question in regards to this is whether or not you get the multiplier for the other artifact weapons that are available. So if you take the time and during an event like this and multiply this up, and then you take it and refine it into this, do you also get the 4 times multiplier for it? So we're going to do one of those so you get a chance to see how it's done and what happens. In fact, I'll do it right now. Are you ready? As soon as I get my dog to stop barking, I apologize for that. I'll pause it while I yell at her. 1 sec. I don't know if that worked or not. We'll find out in a second. Okay, now where was I? Let's refine. Alright, what happens? So we have the weapon. This is another main hand. I want to make sure I use the main hand weapon. Take that into it, and 1 for 1. Elemental Fire Great Axe. It's an artifact and it will be destroyed. Are you sure? Yes, I'm sure. And I'm only doing this because I will no longer be using that. I prefer the drown set over that. And here we go. So it gives me 458,000 refining points. We'll go ahead and refine that into that. It happens to be a level 35 item. The one I have equipped is level 37 item. So no, it does not look like we are going to get that extra multiplier for it. But we'll go ahead and do it anyway. And that took it up to level 43. I'll go ahead and do it with the sword knot. Again, I only do this if you're sure you're not going to be using the weapon again, because once it's gone, you're out of luck. And I'm getting about the same amount for that one. And they're like for like, so you got to see how that worked. And there you go. Hope you got the answer for that. Another quick little thing I do with these resonance items is this. I use all of my alternate characters that have level 24 leadership ability, and I create resonant bags. You can see I have all these slots open for my professions, and these 6 are devoted, or these 5 rather, on this particular character is devoted to leadership. But I make my own little bags, and each one I open, one can either give me a minor resonance stone, lesser resonance stone, or a resonance stone. And they really add up quickly when you're running those across multiple characters. It's not very often that I have to go outside of my characters to buy them. I also use the Dragon Horde enchantment in my different characters, so when they're running dungeons and such, they pick up all sorts of refining stuff, which makes it really cool. I'll show you one other character, one of my ults real quick. Okay, this character has 144 resonant bags. And I also have him producing away. Yeah, some dedicated, some towards alchemy, but some also towards leadership. And I have that going on 8 different times, so I will have a pile of those stones, which is super cool for me. And obviously you can do it too. Another way of doing that is you can use epic level items. You can buy those on the auction house or do those from running epic dungeons, and you can save them up and refine them. I don't think that's cost effective. You're better off salvaging those, taking the Astral diamonds and buying resonant stones, which is what I use. I generally will start buying as soon as an event like this is over, because the price, everybody will be out of money, and the prices usually drop on them, so I'll start buying them fairly cheap, and I spread it out over the whole period of time up through the next event. That way I can spread out the cost. I'm not scrambling to do it all at the end, and it takes a little bit of character planning, but that's how I like to do it. You can also use blue items to refine into those, but again, it's buying a lot of stuff. You're having to sort it, pulling the stuff out of your email, and I think that's just kind of a pain in the neck, and I'd rather do other things than to try to do it that way. I find cost averaging the resonant stones by checking the price and waiting it to drop to a price point that I'm happy with. Sometimes I'll go several days without buying any, because the price will go up, and then when it gets to the price I want, I'll jump in and buy a whole slew of them. So that's it. That's what I had for this video. Now you know how that works from weapon to weapon in the refining event period. You get some of it back. It's not quite as good as the artifact items that go in your belt, but it's still, you get a little benefit from it. But you know, if you think you might want to hang on to the weapon, you're better off doing that, because you're better off just getting refining stones and resonant stones and leveling it up. Please comment, like, share, and subscribe, and have fun.